Hello there and welcome to the Heat Army Podcast Live, and of course we're also live on DAZN as well. Match day football here on at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Gateshead versus Aldershot Town in the Enterprise National League. We are a fully interactive audio stream on YouTube, so you can send us a message. Let us know where you're listening from in the world. We'd love to hear from you. But Gateshead look to build on their fine 2 wins last weekend over the bank holiday with a 2-1 win here over Tramworth, and a fine come-from-behind performance to win 4-3 against Yeovil Town on Bank Holiday Monday. But today's opposition, of course, there was a little bit of controversy the past few years when Aldershot famously refused to play on the pitch that they thought was waterlogged, and the referee agreed with them. There was one dead spot, but that is history and time gone by, and Gateshead have a different team, a different manager, and a different set of players here that will be looking to rectify that time and hopefully get Gateshead another 3 points. And of course, our visitors, Aldershot under Tommy Woodrington and Alan Dowson, to North East boys, will be looking to get one over their North East homeland, as it were. But I have the teams here. My name's David Gaddis, joining you live this afternoon. We don't have Mark Curvers with us, sadly, because he's covering another game. There's a big FA Cup game at Newcastle Blue Star this weekend, but he will be back with us on Tuesday night. So please do join us then if you are unable to attend the game, and it will be live and exclusive on DAZN as well. There's an offer on at the moment, $12.99 a month, and that offer runs out tomorrow, and you will get every game in the National League. And it's well worth it if you are unable to travel to many away games or even make it to home games wherever you live in the world. So please do take that up. It really does help the leagues and the team. Right, so I'll go through the visitors. This is their starting lineup. They've got Marcus Dewhurst in goal. Cameron Hargreaves is captaining the side. Kwame Thomas. There's Josh Barrett, Jed Mearholz, Ryan Hill, Will Nightingale, Archie Taylor, Tristan Abrams, James Claridge, and Dejan Tedek is up front, I believe. If it is going by squad numbers. We've got Patrick Nash, Theo Woodrington, son of the manager, of course, Kane Anderson, James Henry, Kiban Rai, Harry Gandor, and Maxwell Mullins is on the bench. And Gateshead, they have Tiernan Brooks in goal, Callum Johnson, Kenton Richardson captains aside, Connor Panny, David Ferguson, Will Flint, Benton John, Kane Adam, Kyle Hurst, Harry Chapman, and Frank Nubley up top. On the bench for Gateshead is George Shelby, Max Sheaf, Josh Holm, Ethan Fitzhugh, Ben Williams, Callum Bowen, and Ollie Thompson. So Gateshead have their lineup there. A few injuries, of course, that are noticeable absences. New signing, or recent signing, should we say, Max Melbourne is missing the game due to injury, as is one second, as is sorry about that little technical issue for us, as is Dom Telford and Joe Grayson, who are struggling at the moment. So Gateshead having to make do and bring in some of the younger players on the bench in Ben Williams, Callum Bowen, and Ollie Thompson. But the starting lineup is quite a strong one for Gateshead, and they'll be looking to get themselves a good result here. They've got 9 points from the possible 15. A great start for the Heat after a turbulent summer. Let's say owners changing hands of the club, new chairman coming in. So it's still the same owners, should I say, but a new regime running the club, as it were. and of course new management. We have got messages already. Sean Parry has put come on the Heed. We've got Alan Guest has put good afternoon one and all, and away the Heed as well. So if you want to message us, you can do it on our YouTube stream. Pardon me, we're starting with all the problems. We're getting the coughs and the technical issues out the way for ourselves here, but please do interact with us. We'd love you to do that. And if you are listening on the audio stream, please do hit the like and subscribe. It really does help us. And join us on Thursday evening, where we'll be talking about this game and Wednesday's visit of Altrincham. So it's all the A's, and can Alan Armstrong get that AA truck? If you might have seen the memes around, and get Gateshead pulling away from the opposition. But we'll see what happens, and it is going to be all to play for here in the Enterprise National League, live on DAZN and on the Heed Army podcast. And we do thank you for your company. And if you're listening and you're in sunnier climes, or maybe even colder climes, I don't know where you might be in the world, but if you are not in the UK, you can watch this game live on DAZN. We mentioned before, there is an offer on at the moment, $12.99 a month, and you can watch every game this season, home or away, and of the competitors as well. So you can get that, and you can watch every game. And if you're in the country, you can still subscribe and get all the midweek games to watch as well. As long as it's in the 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday, you'll be able to watch it. Colin Dilbo has sent us a message. He's but couldn't make the game today as I have flu. Well, we hope you're feeling a lot better soon, Colin. And let's hope that the Heed have the medicine to make you feel better. Let's say it's not a bad day here on Tyneside. It's went a bit overcast now. It is forecast for rain later on, but at the moment it's a little bit breezy, as it always is at Gateshead Stadium. It doesn't seem too bad, but we normally judge it on the foliage behind the east stand on the far side, and just to the left of it there is some trees blowing side to side, but that shouldn't really affect the ball on the pitch too much. And we're all set. It's a mild day here, and if only it was like this all year round, where you could come with a light jacket to the match. But at Gateshead International Stadium, we know that's different. You know it's different. And in those winter months from late November through to March, I don't think there's a colder place on earth, and that's scientifically proven. So don't check me up on that, though. The Tiny Wheel stand is filling up nicely here in the Gateshead, and we await the teams to come out very soon. The mascot for Gateshead, I don't know if the cameraman is able to pan down onto it, is doing a lovely dance down the front of the stand. Of course, Gateshead had Rooney the Goat for many a season, but he's back out with us here on the match day, and hopefully entertaining people. He's certainly got the moves this afternoon. He's a bit of a moonwalk there, so I'll keep you informed throughout the game. Of course, I know everyone is dying to see how Rooney the Goat is doing. I don't think we're actually live on DAZN at the moment, so ignore those comments to our audio listeners. But we will be live on DAZN soon, and you can tune in to that if you so wish. So please do get yourselves comfortable, make that cup of tea, maybe open that beverage, maybe pour that wine, open a bar of chocolate if you so wish. Sit back, relax, and be ready for every kick, a bit of action here in the Enterprise National League with the Heed Army podcast, and of course at our friends live on DAZN. Okie dokie. Well, they are about to just change the batteries for DAZN at the moment, so hopefully I don't think we're live on there just yet. So just for our normal audio listeners, it is always a massive pleasure to have you joining us. And as I say, we want you to enjoy the coverage, and hopefully it's sounding nice today. We've had a little bit of trouble with microphones and stuff in the last couple of weeks, but hopefully we're past all of that and past the heartache it caused us at this end. And we always pride ourselves on trying to make a product that is to rival the BBC or any other broadcasters that come here. We want to be the best, not just for bragging rights, but we want to give you, as Gateshead fans and away fans, the best possible service here on the Heed Army podcast. Well, we are still waiting for the teams to come out here at Gateshead International Stadium. As the Rooney, the mascot, is going through quite the dance at the moment. We're getting side steps, very urban. Well, I'll go through the teams very soon. I'm just making sure that we are broadcasting all right at the moment. If anyone could let us know, it's always nice to have a nice little reminder that everything is going all right. But as I say, we are going to be live soon on DAZN, and we want to welcome our listeners from there very, very soon as we await the teams out here on the pitch at Gateshead International Stadium for this Enterprise National League game between Gateshead and Aldershot Town. We can hear the crowd at the moment, not the crowd, the music that the team come out to, Fatboy Slim. So that signals that the players are in the tunnel at the moment. So Gateshead sitting 8th in the league at the moment. The visitors, Aldershot. So I kind of see them on the league table that's on screen at the moment. It's just they must be in the top half with us. But please do, if you are listening on DAZN, thank you very much for your company this afternoon. It's always a pleasure to be with you live here from Gateshead International Stadium. National League action sponsored by Enterprise, and it's all here for you to view and enjoy. As the Aldershot are sitting in 11th at the moment, Gateshead in 8th. A win today could see Gateshead creep into those playoff spots after 5 games, and that would be quite the achievement after the turnaround of players and management in the summer. But Gateshead now coming out onto the pitch, led by Kenton Richardson. He applauds the Tyne Weir stand. There's a good travelling contingent up from Aldershot, and we'll go through their team right now. Marcus Dewhurst in goal, wears number 1. Number 7 is Cameron Hargreaves. Number 9, Kwame Thomas. Number 10 is Josh Barrett. Jed Mihals, wears number 14. Ryan Mills, 19. Will Nightingale, number 25. Archie Taylor wears number 28. Tristan Abrahams wears number 30. James Claridge wears number 32, and Dejan Tadek wears number 34. On the bench for the visitors is Patrick Nash, Theo Widderton, Kane Anderson, James Henry, Kiban Rai, Hade Gandor, and Maxwell Mullins. For Gateshead, this is how they line up this afternoon. Tiernan Brooks in goal, Callum Johnson, the captain is Kenton Richardson, Connor Panny, David Ferguson, Will Flint, Fenton John, Kane Adam, Kyle Hurst, Harry Chapman, and Frank Newbley up top. On the bench for Gateshead, George Shelby, Max Sheaf, Josh Holmes, Ethan Fitzhugh, Ben Williams, Callum Bowen, and Ollie Thompson. And we are all set up for a fantastic afternoon here. National League Enterprise, or Enterprise National League, should I say. It doesn't get any better. This is the top tier of the non-league pyramid. And Gateshead entertain Tommy Woodritton's Aldershot Town. For our audio listeners, Gateshead in their white and black strips by Hope and Glory, of course, partners of the Heat Army podcast, and the visitors in their classic red shirts, blue shorts, and red socks. And we are all set here. The captains are going through their coin toss at the moment with the referee. We'll find out exactly which way they are going to be shooting. But Gateshead, they're all set. They're all ready, as are Aldershot. And we wait to find out which way we are shooting. And it looks as if Gateshead are going to be shooting towards the Felon end, and the visitors will be shooting towards the River Tyne. So it's all moments away here. Enterprise National League action live on DAZN and the Heat Army podcast on YouTube, as Alan Armstrong gets a nice reception from the home crowd as he comes out. He goes to shake Tommy Woodrington's hand, who's just taken a seat at the end, right at the end of the dugout there. Laughs and smiles between the two managers, and we are moments, if not seconds, away from getting this afternoon's fair underway. Well, Harry Chapman stands over the ball. He's going to kick us off. As the referee is just checking with his linesman and the goalkeepers here. They're all in place. And we await the whistle to get us underway. For our audio listeners, the Aldershot goalkeeper Marcus Dewhurst is in a luminous orange and a bright sky blue with dark shading for Tiernan Brooks in the Gateshead goal. Well, we're going to kick off dead on 3 o'clock. He's checking with everyone again, the referee. And there we go. Harry Chapman gets us underway, plays it back to Connor Panny, who puts the ball up long towards Frank Newbley, but don't know if the wind or the curl took that one out for a throw on the far side. Launched by Taylor up the pitch on the far side, up in the air as Panny wins the header and Kent Richardson can clear his lines up towards Newbley, and the ball goes out of play for another throw to the visitors. On the far side, played up for Aldershot, but appeals for handball. But Gateshead do come away with the ball. Ball put over the top, looking for Kane Adam, and the ball's been headed on. Falls to Adam, edge of the box, pulls the trigger and drags it wide. The keeper had already committed. There was space to put it past his right-hand side, and really Aldershot have been let off the hook there. Good vision though from Kenton Richardson to pass the ball through. The header though from Mia Hulls wasn't the greatest, and Kane Adam really should have hit the target. Into the second minute, we've already had an attack on goal as Gateshead try and push out from the front, trying to pressure Aldershot, and the ball comes off a Gateshead player and out for a throw in front of the Gateshead dugout. Quickly taken, want to be a little bit further back. There was a little spray of the ball after it bounced there after it went up the pitch. The pitch has been watered. He's looking very slick and plush out there. Mia Hulls is going to take the throw. Gets it back and plays it across the defence. As Claridge whips it out to the right-hand side. Brought down well. And play back down the line to... So I'm just getting the names, and Archie Taylor it was. But now Claridge can play it forward again. As Gateshead do win the ball back in midfield, but lose it straight away as Abrahams loses out. It's good tussle in midfield at the moment, but the ball's spread up long. Claridge heads it ball forward. Midfield, Fenton John nods it up in the air, but it's brought under control by Hargreaves. Hargreaves puts the ball over the top, looking for the run of Abrahams. And Kenton Richardson using all his experience there just to see the ball out for a goal kick. Both sides trying to move the ball quickly up towards the front men. Well, Gateshead going to play out from the back. Kenton Richardson's going to kick this ball off for the goal kick. Gives it to Tiernan Brooks, who is going to go long. Goes up to what Claridge has got nearly all of Frank Newbley's shirt in his hands. The referee said play on, and Aldershot can try and build from the back here as they play it forward from Nightingale. Now Claridge can pump it up towards Thomas. Kent Richardson just hooks that one over his head, falls in midfield. Gateshead can get the ball through Flint and poke it over the top, but that's more of a hit and hope, and that'll go all the way through to Dewhurst. Starting with a good tempo for both sides here. Frank Newbley trying to close down and force the ball out to Mia Hulls. Hit forward by Ryan Hill. Panny tussling and trying to hold onto a shirt himself as Barrett goes for a cross towards the far side, picks out a man in space. Can he get the shot away? It's played into the centre, cleared though by Gateshead. And Chapman just couldn't get his feet. And Aldershot can just get this ball back under control. As Tedette gets it to Mia Hulls. Ryan Hill, he's got the runner, but decides to just slow it down. Hill gets the ball back. Just seeing that water rise up when the ball is rolling on the far side, but the ball will go through to Ferguson, gives it to Fenton John. bang in the centre of the pitch. He's looking for a runner, gets it to Frank Newbley, brings it down. Lovely chip to get it through to Hurst. Hurst quickly trying to get it into the box, pulls the trigger, finishes it there, and Hurst, the great touch from Newbley. He brought it down, give it over to Hurst. It did look like Aldershot were going to get back in numbers, but Hurst drove into the box and then leathered it low and hard into the back of the net. Gateshead 1, Aldershot 0, 5 minutes gone.
Gateshead, number 21, Kyle Hurst.
Well, Hurst had a lot to do still, but Newbley playing that big man role, holding it up and then just passing it out, beautifully weighted. And then there was a sea of red shirts running back, but they didn't get back to cover. And Hurst gives Gateshead the lead. Well, what a start we've had here for Gateshead. What do we have in reply from Aldershot? There's a lot of hand clapping. There's a lot of G'ing each other up. It's early in the game. Certainly not over by any stretch of the imagination. And we've seen Aldershot can move the ball quick. Nightingale gets it over to Claridge. Claridge pumps the ball long. Abrahams tries to turn his man and does, and drives forward. He does have Thomas in the middle. Can he get the cross in? Cuts back inside. Now comes the cross. It's deep. This. Oh, Hill brings it down. Barrett, edge of the area for Aldershot. Gateshead holding their shape at the moment, forcing the ball to move around the box. In it comes into the centre. It's not a good one, and Adam can clear it. And Newbley trying to come back to help. But at the moment, Aldershot probing. Left-hand side with Hill. Plays on the inside. Good run from Hatek. Hatek plays it through, and, well... Oh, Tetek, sorry. Gateshead on the attack, though, on the far side. Hurst just has to hold it up. Gives the foul away. Aldershot. I think that's a harsh one. He come away with the ball, but he did come in on the side. And the referee will always side with the player on the ball when a tackle comes in like that. But Gateshead started on a great tempo. Certainly different to the first 45 in this first 5 compared to down at Yeovil on Monday. Leggy, maybe lackluster could be a word to use to describe the first half performance at Yeovil. The second half run out of words for that comeback, which ultimately seen Mark Cooper lose his job afterwards. But at the minute, Nightingale gives the ball into Hargreaves, the captain. Claridge, no relation to Steve Claridge, but I believe that's his nickname, is Steve. But Gateshead through Ferguson. He tried to play it back there and it was blocked, and now Aldershot getting the ball through. Thomas takes it down to the dead ball line, flicks it back blindly, hoping someone was there. And Gateshead haven't cleared the lines, and there's Barrett with a shot, puts it over the bar. Should really have finished. The net should have still been rippling from that one, and Barrett snatched at it and put it over the top of the bar. It should have been a level game, but at the minute, Gateshead lead by 1-0. About into the 9th minute now. Will Hurst with that goal on 5 minutes. Well, you have to fear and respect the opposition. They got the ball into the box, Gateshead. You would have to say clumsily didn't clear their lines there and got let off the hook big style. Brooks clears the ball up towards Newbley, but it gets caught up in the wind a little bit there. And again, that wind is just starting to affect the ball when it gets, about 20 foot in the air. We did mention the wind and the build-up. Those trees behind the east stand are leaning quite a lot to the left. Well, Johnson on his home debut, full debut. Ball played forward. Kane Adam tries to get there. No nonsense from Nightingale, who nods that out, and it's a throw to Gateshead, level of the corner of the box on this right-hand side. Callum Johnson with a wealth of experience in the Football League. will add a lot of dimensions to Gateshead's defence as Kane Adam just muscled out the way and the ball played off Johnson for a throw to Aldershot. Well, we've had quite the start here. If you are just joining us, Gateshead leading from a goal to nil. Mia Halls forward, Panny nods it up, Barrett brings it down in midfield and pings that ball over to Claridge out to the far side, and Hargreaves now turns in the middle just under pressure. Gateshead working hard off the ball, but the visitors, like any Tommy Bridgerton side, will pass the ball well. Still building from the back. Claridge goes for a crossfield ball, looking to pick out Hill. There's Johnson, who just nods it forward, bounces in midfield, and Tech can play the ball across to, I think it's Archie Taylor on the far side. Plays it inside back to Tech. Barrett. Good spell of possession here from the visitors as they probe down that right-hand side. But Ferguson dealt with that one being cleared, but the ball clearance wasn't the greatest, picked up the midfield by the visitors, and Hargreaves now can give it back. All the shot players bar Dewhurst inside the gated half at the moment, but not really pressuring the final third, but a good spell of possession nonetheless. Dewhurst goes up long looking for Thomas. Thomas flicks the ball on. It's a good one, and Brooks can see that one out. It's a good idea. He had two men to try and get on the end of that one, but just a little bit too much on it. And also the wind is behind it as well. I think that might have something to do with it. Well, you may have seen there was an early kickoff today involving a former Gateshead player, Owen Bailey. Free scoring, Owen Bailey scored the winner again for Doncaster Rovers. As we have a free kick here for Aldershot. They try to take it 20 yards further than what it was. Well, back underway. Hargreaves back to Claridge. And the far side hasn't been kept, well, it has been kept in by Abram. Hargreaves in the centre. Looking for movement. There's a lot of movement from this midfield. They're moving around, giving options as Hill hugs this left-hand touchline, gets a touch, plays it inside, gets it back, Hill. But Gateshead forcing them to pass the ball around. And now, I thought it was going to go into the centre, but it hasn't. Can they turn? Tetek plays it out towards Hill, this left-hand side, up against Johnson, takes it down, gets the cross in, no, blocked by Johnson and out for a throw. Quickly taken. Mia Hulls plays it all the way back to Nightingale, who takes a touch and carries it forward past Newbley. Still going, Nightingale plays it forward now to Hill. Hill's touch takes him inside, still going, and he thought the foul was coming in from Fenton John, and he stops his run. I think the presence of John just got him on the wrong foot there. But throw on the far side, that was taken just before. It's all the way back to Dewhurst. Ball's going to come across again to Hill, who chests the ball down really well. Brings Mia Halls into play. Hargreaves in the centre circle, turns. Does have Taylor out on the far side if he wants to use him. Barrett intercepts, and Taylor still hugging that right-hand touchline, but he's not getting the ball. In it comes towards Thomas, and Johnson just has to head it out. It's a dangerous one into the box there. And a corner to Aldershot. I think first corner of the game, I believe. Well, Barrett is going to be the man to take it. It's crossed in deep towards the far side, headed out of play by Thomas. I think he's a little bit frustrated by the quality of the delivery there. Oh, we may forget to take their goal kick. just update you on some scores around the league. Of course, the early kickoff live on DAZN was Solihull Moors and Southend. Southend won 2-1 in that one. Current scores around the league that I can give you so far. Rochdale are winning 1-0 away to Wheelstone. Gateshead, of course, winning 1-0 here. And I'll see if there's any more that I can get up later on. But at the moment, Gateshead probing, ball forward, hangs up in the air again, that ball, but picked up in midfield by Hargreaves. Ball played back to Dewhurst, who's under pressure. Ball bounces through to Kenton Richardson, and there's a free kick, is it? Or is the ball, I think the ball's popped. Oh, we wait for the new ball to come across the pitch. It's going to be a drop ball, Kenton Richardson. Newbley battling with Claridge and was come off on the floor in the end of that one. The ball cleared all the way up. Pani. Oh, great play from Thomas just to get in front of Pani. Got to stay in full concentration at the back. And at the moment, Aldershot still having this good spell of possession, looking to probe on this left-hand side. Hill under pressure though, as he turns, plays the ball into the centre, and well, Abram couldn't get onto that one that goes through to Brooks. Will Hurst with the opening goal on 5 minutes. If you all just joined us here at Gateshead International Stadium, we're live on DAZN. As Newbley battles for the ball and hangs up in the air again, the ball with this wind as Kane Adam and his team there, Aldershot counterpart there as Abrams goes down. It's a good battle at the moment between the forward line, and the ball is really holding up in the air now. With any clearance, it's not going with any real purpose up, and a great tackle from Gateshead. They're on the attack. Plays the ball forward for Frank Newbley. Nightingale's there. Nearly held up for Frank, but at the moment, Aldershot calm, collected at the back, and can pass the ball around with ease. And they've got themselves moving forward as Barrett picks out Archie Taylor on the far side. The ball, and it just goes behind him. And I think the wind is just giving us a little bit of problems for either side here. They're going to have to adapt. Well, we wait the throw in on the far side. Ferguson up towards Frank, and the ball just goes straight out of play for another throw, but this time to the visitors. Tech plays it to Barrett in midfield. Very stocky Barrett. Plays a crossfield ball for Archie Taylor, and this time he can control it, but he's under pressure from Ferguson. Ferguson's sticking to him like glue, but he can play the ball down to Hargreaves. Claridge back to Hargreaves. And at the moment, Gateshead happy to let the opposition have this sustained level of possession, but Barrett does pull a ball back across. There's Taylor. Oh, and he's put it in the back of the net, and the possession has paid dividends. Crossfield ball from the far side. There was Thomas at the back post. Tight angle in the end, but he got it into the back of the net. Brooks unable to claw that one away, and it's 1-1 here. 19 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Aldershot 1. That run down that left-hand side produced a lovely cross, and Thomas was there just to leap up, perfectly timed, and put that between keeper and post. Well, we're seeing a prayer after his goal. We've seen Junior Morelos do that last week for Yeovil. But since the goal, the possession has all been with Aldershot. Can Gateshead get themselves a foothold back in the possession stakes here and ultimately carve out chances? A lot of discussion between the Gateshead players on the pitch at the moment as Connor Panny hits the ball up and it just hangs up in the air again. Falls though to a red shirt and cleared in turn. Ball's going to bounce through to Tiernan Brooks, who lets it run into his area. Takes a touch. And when we got the reaction that Tommy Woodruton would have wanted from his team. Great spell of possessions. Well, there's a free kick being given to Aldershot after yet again lots of Frank Nuble's shirt being pulled all over. It did look like he was pulled to the ground, but the foulers went the other way. I suppose he did have a leading arm out. Lots of tussling. It depends how the referee can decipher what he sees. Well, Hill, left-hand side, plays it back to Mearholes. Nightingale, crossfield ball looking for Archie Taylor. Way too much on it, but he does nod it in. It looked like it was going to go out. Kent Richardson under pressure, gives it back, and, well, a little bit panicky at the back there, Gateshead. It pinged it to Brooks at some speed, and he had to chest it out behind goal at his near post. So, Aldershot, they'll be liking what they see at the moment. A bit of a panicked Gateshead. Well, we await the delivery on the far side. In it comes. It's a lofted one. Thomas was coming towards the back post, but Tiernan Brooks can just pull that out and was fouled off the ball. Well, he was on the ball, but he wanted to just distribute it there and took a nudge. He's down injured on the floor at the moment. He's sitting up though. And he's not obviously happy with the shove. Josh Holm is warming up, as is Callum Bowen. I think it's more to keep themselves active than any change incoming at the moment. Not seeing any injuries to anyone or anyone limping. Fitzhugh warms up as well. Tiernan Brooks. A long kick out to that left-hand side. Nodded out, though, by Gateshead, and a throw to the visitors on the far side. Once again, thank you for your company this afternoon, whether it be live on DAZN, National League TV, or on our audio stream on YouTube. As Abrams plays it down the line. Played into the centre. Nobody there, and it bounces all the way through to Tiernan Brooks. Up towards Frank, but the ball is just moving a little bit in the wind. Gateshead have got it in midfield. Played it back to Connor Panny. Panny back to Brooks. As Panny once again looks to get it up and is at the... Well, it's protests from the Tyne Weir stand, but at the moment, Kane Adam driving forward. He's pulling his shirt down and referee waves it away. The whole stand could see the shirt being pulled from 40 yards, well, not 40 yards, 20 yards before that. And he continued to do it. And the referee at this moment in time isn't looking at shirt pulls. And I'll say that for either side. But dangerous game for the referee to play. Linesman was right there as well. As Callum Johnson gets the ball, gives it back to Tiernan Brooks, who clears the ball in turn and hangs up in the air in the Gateshead half. As Chapman dances past Gateshead on the attack now. 3-on-3. Can he get it through to Nuble? Nuble edge of the box. Cuts inside. Oh, lovely stuff from Nuble. And he goes for the shot, blocked. And at the moment, Gateshead trying to get themselves back in front. Ball out to Johnson. As Adam is on the right-hand side for support. Who he gives the ball to. Adam. Time and space. Johnson puts the cross in. It's a deep one towards the back. Headed away. Can Gateshead pick up the loose ball? They have Ferguson. He bounces for him. And now Gateshead with Hurst. Edge of the area. Lives off to Fenton John. Gateshead camped out on the edge of the Aldershot box. But can they get the ball in there? Ball comes back to Connor Panny. Gateshead still with players forward. Chapman plays it forward to Kane Adam, but it's going to be Played back to Dewhurst, who clears the ball. No problem for his clearances at the moment. And he gives the free kick the other way. So, rose-tinted glasses. Holden's okay for one team and it isn't for the other. As Frank Newbley is remonstrating with Dean Watson. And the fourth official as well is in deep conversation with Alan Armstrong, who's pointing out about the same holding techniques that the referee is not saying for the boys in red. Well, the fourth official is trying to calm Alan Armstrong down, and from this perspective, I can see why. As now Nightingale gives it to Hargreaves in the centre. Back to Nightingale. Claridge, very tidy at the back so far. James Claridge. But now they're on the attack. Ball played out to Hill, left-hand side of the box. Can he pull it back across? He can. There's a deflection. There comes a shot from Claridge. Deflection and into the back of the net. And Aldershot, they got in there, and Tommy Ridritton turns to give aggro to the crowd for some reason. But now Aldershot lead 2-1 here. 26 minutes gone. And Gateshead need to regain their composure. They've got to play to the whistle and not play against the referee. They're all talking to him now about the pulls and the shirt in the corner, and he's waving away those remonstrations from the Gateshead players at this moment in time. But you would hope that the referee does play the game fair and square down the centre. Well, the fourth official is telling players to get back over as well.
A goal for Aldershot. Took a mighty deflection, but I think at the moment it's still being credited to the guy who took the shot, number 34, Dijon Tetic.
Well, Dijon Tetic is being credited with the goal, took a deflection. Hargreaves was the man that took the shot, being told by my counterparts here at the BBC. There's a ball played across the far side, and the ball launched clear by the visitors. Panny nods the ball down. Flint, can he get the ball to Ferguson? He can, and Ferguson just covered by players, and at the moment, Gateshead trying to win the ball back as it comes up towards Kent Richardson, nods it back over the halfway line. Hargreaves bounces for Claridge to clear. Kent Richardson nods the ball, got the ball down to Chapman. Flint plays it back to Brooks. And now Connor Panny can look to bring the ball forward for Gateshead. Chips the ball over, looking for Frank Newbley. Headed to Hill. Hill gets it. Clearance goes to Flint. Johnson now. Plays it forward for Kane Adom. Mia Hose does very well. Plays that back to his keeper, who in turn cleared it. Johnson can bring the ball down. No, can he get past his man Hills? He can, and still going past, and now get the cross in. It comes over. Oh, Frank Newbley was just behind him. Cleared though by Aldershot. Flint nods it back up towards the edge of the area. It bounces. It appeals for handball, and the referee says nothing given as Barrett brings the ball down. Nice footwork from Barrett. Keeps the ball playing in movement for the visitors. Agile player for his size. There's a shirt pull on Thomas there from Panny. Gateshead win the ball though, as appeals for handball from the visitors. Nothing given. As Fenton John has it in midfield. Calmly plays it back to Richardson, but closed down by Thomas. Ball played up to Chapman. Chapman nods it to Newbley, who tries to bring it down. Can it get past Nightingale? Oh my words, this referee. Well, for our audio listeners, Frank Newbley was battling for the ball, and Nightingale went down, and we're allowed a physical battle with the Aldershot strikers, not with the Gateshead ones. Well, the theatrics from Thomas, there was a push in the back, but he goes down in platoon fashion, if you've ever seen that 80s film. Let it be said, though, Aldershot worthy of the lead. They've had a lot more of the possession of the ball. Gateshead guilty of letting them have the ball and build numerous times, but 30 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Aldershot 2. Barrett is going to stand there. There's a physical battle going on between Flint and Claridge, I think it is. Ball put into the middle. There's Newblade to head it clear. Gateshead need an outlet as the ball played forward, and Flint and John just couldn't guide that one forward and go straight out of play. And at the moment, the pressure from Aldershot is absolutely fantastic, to be honest. If you're an Aldershot fan, you're going to be loving it. Dewhurst gives the ball to Mearholz. Pumps the ball up towards the big man, Tristan Abrahams, was beaten to the ball, but Hargreaves, he's been here, there and everywhere, the captain for the visitors. Very impressed with number 7. Cameron Hargreaves certainly does keep that engine humming in midfield for the visitors, but there was a push and Gateshead win a free kick. And you just fear this one might bubble over with some tackles. As Newblade goes up to win the header, doesn't win it, but it does go out for a Gateshead throw on the far side. John plays it forward to Newblade, holds it up, loses it back, and now kind of get it. Oh, and there's a throwaway. Referee gives a goal kick as it looked like there was a tackle on Hurst. Couldn't see from our vantage point if there was any connection. The Tiny Weir stand on our right hand side, closer to it, were erupted for appeals for a penalty, but I couldn't, in all honest truth, tell you if it was or it wasn't. But the referee straight away pointed for a goal kick. While we wait for Dewhurst take his goal kick, which he has. It's a really long one. The wind definitely on the side that'll be shooting that direction. As Claridge plays it back to Nightingale. Nightingale lets it run. Does manage to give it to Mearholz. Dewhurst just in two minds there as Hill tries to keep the ball moving, and he does. He's giving his goalkeeper a bit of a heart attack there. Once again, he was in two minds to show for that one. As Barrett plays it inside, but straight to a Gateshead player, and now Hurst plays it across. Oh, Newblade edge of the box. It's just got a touch to it. The Aldershot defence comes back across to Hurst. Hurst cuts inside, goes for a shot and didn't get the clear connection. He just dragged at it and put it wide, but that's better from Gateshead. Decision making on the edge of the box just needs to be a little bit more crisper, a little bit more quicker. But at the moment, Aldershot, they'll be very happy to be 2-1 in front, having went behind after 5 minutes. Well, try and build from the back. Aldershot as Nightingale plays it up to Hill. Very busy player in this first half thus far. Ball played forward, looking for the run of Abrahams. It's a great run. And there's Flint, who does lose his foot and played back across, and covering play from Conor Panny. Oh, and Abrahams just wiped out Johnson. Will Flint it was, and I think we'll see a yellow card here for Abrahams. Clumsy, if anything. As the referee wants to have a word with Abrahams, and he is reaching for a yellow card, and he will be the first to go in the book this afternoon. Tristan Abrahams. Clumsy and mistimed They're a free kick to Gateshead. Tiernan Brooks is going to take this one and see how the wind affects this kick. Will it get over the halfway line? It will, but it hangs up just as it gets to the halfway line. Headed clear, though, by, I think it was Claridge. Gateshead not able to win the midfield battle at the moment, and now they can build again. Aldershot as they reset at the back into the centre to Hargreaves, who picks out Claridge, who's given options for Aldershot anytime they get in possession and reset. Plays it back to Dewhurst. Ball played up towards Archie Taylor on the far side, but Gateshead do manage to get it back, but they're doing to hold the ball up, and a foul was given, and that's a soft one. I don't think that was a foul. I thought that was a good physical encounter, and applause from some of the Gateshead fans, but yeah, the referee at times, as I say, he's got a lot right, but what he's got wrong, he's got wrong. Well, definitely a dip in the wind there, and that one flies right through from Tiernan Brooks out for a throw on the far side. Well, the fourth official has had both ears burning this afternoon, both benches putting their point across to the fourth official, Richard Holmes. Ball bounces on the far side, cleared. Panny brings the ball down across the halfway lane, looks for a runner, sees the runner, and now Chapman, was he fouled on the Hurst on the far side, and he's gave the free kick to Gateshead as Claridge just lunged in there. Hard to see what contact it was from our commentary position, but the referee blew from it, and he was quite a distance away from it as well. But Hurst still down, so hopefully he can continue. 37 minutes gone. If you're just joining us, of course, welcome. Thank you for choosing to join us here live on DAZN or on the Heed Army podcast. It is Gateshead 1, Aldershot 2. And you'd have to say Aldershot probably just worthy of their lead. But Gateshead need to make Dewhurst work more in the remainder of this half, and the game, that is. It's just some tactics being given out by Alan Armstrong to his captain as they take this time to have a water break. There has been frustrations from both sets of players. Referee with handball appeals and shirt pulls. But on a whole, he's probably evened it out. As Hurst is back up onto his feet, a little bit of a limp. And he'll have to leave the pitch after receiving treatment from the Gateshead medical staff as they are going to take a free kick here. Referee marches back the 10 yards. He puts the magic spray down. And Gateshead have an opportunity to put the ball into the box. Not committing too many men forward here, Gateshead. Of course, they're a man down at the moment with Hurst waiting to come back onto the pitch. It's Chapman. He's going to whip this one in, and he does. And went straight through and took a deflection. And it's a corner to Gateshead. I don't know if Dewhurst got a touch on that to push it wide. But Gateshead have another opportunity to get the ball in the box. As Ferguson comes over to take this one. Hurst still waiting to come back onto the pitch. Referee want to have a word with some people just about pushing there and shoving. Hurst still not on the pitch yet. In comes the delivery. Nodded forward. He got a free header, but just couldn't guide it forward. There, Callum Johnson. And now Hurst is back on the pitch, back to 11 aside. But Dewhurst is just having to stretch as he down on his honkers. He's up. "40 minutes gone. Gateshead trail by 2-1 here at Gateshead International Stadium. But this first half has been a lot of possession from the visitors. Gateshead did take the goal early on, didn't build on it, and allowed the visitors to have a lot of possession and hold on to the ball. Skims right through from Dewhurst's kick there. Tiernan Brooks kicks the ball up. There's a drop in the wind. It goes up there. It's going to fall low to Chapman. Chapman does get it to, lovely little touch through, and Gateshead just managed to keep a hold of it somehow as they play on, as Kane Adam went down. Ball all the way back to Tiernan Brooks. Just at times we see messy play from both sides, but at the moment Aldershot will not mind too much with the scoreline as the ball is played up. Well, he heads it to Deck, chases it, but Adam gets the ball. Flint back out to Chapman here on this right hand side. Chapman cuts in, plays it forward there and gets the ball, tried to get the ball back, tried to play 1-2 on the edge of the box. Gateshead have the ball through Callum Johnson, who plays it to Adam on this right hand side. Can he open up and get a ball in? Hill leaves them down on the ground. Adam plays it across. There's the shot. Oh, it was deflected. Another shot from Hurst. And Gateshead cannot find the back of the net, but it's better from them in these dying stages of the first half as Nuble puts the ball in, and unfortunately Nuble is the man you would like in the middle for a cross like that. And now the visitors can try and bring this ball forward themselves. Barrett in front of the Gateshead dugout, runs straight into Callum Johnson. Gateshead have it through Flint. Fenton John. This is better from Gateshead. They're moving the ball with purpose. But they're going to have to try and break down this resolute Aldershot side. Goes back to Brooks. Brooks plays it across to Callum Johnson. Callum Johnson looks to bring the ball forward over the halfway line, looks for the run, and he has got it. And Flint tries to get there as Nightingale screams after being chased down for the ball. That is one magnificent kick, assisted by the wind there from Dewhurst. And all the way through to Brooks, who already has it out to Kenton Richardson. But his clearance, or pass forward, should I say, intercepted by the visitors. Kwame Thomas does well to get it to Hill. Nice turn from Tetek in midfield, and bring it into Barrett. Barrett back off to Tetek, and Hill on this left hand side. He didn't see the run. That would have been one that really would have opened up, but they still bring the ball forward anyway. Abraham, edge of the box, turns. Can he pull the trigger? He can, and it comes off a Gateshead man, but Gateshead can't clear their lines again, and Archie Taylor on the far side can play the ball back to Hargreaves. Hargreaves does have targets in the centre. Tetek can put it out to Archie Taylor, back to Hargreaves. Seeing the ball out well here in the dying stages for Aldershot. They don't want to do anything silly and give Gateshead a chance to get the ball forward, but Archie Taylor hugs the touchline on the far side, gives it to Hargreaves on the halfway line. Claridge, Tetek back to Hargreaves. Fantastic passing display by the visitors. Hill is in acres of space on this left-hand side. Ball picks him out with ease, brings it down. He does have the overlap, but he just had to keep possession of the ball. Tetek out to Hill. Tetek puts the ball over the top, looking for the run of Hill, and that is just going to bounce out. And nice play from Aldershot, using the ball, using the space, letting the ball do the work, and Gateshead chasing shadows at times. But there is room in behind and out wide to get at Aldershot, but Gateshead need to be more consistent with finding the ball in them areas. As flicked forward, Nuble keeps the ball, And, dispossessed on the far side. And now Aldershot can try and build again in midfield as Tetek gives it to Barrett. Barrett with a back heel to Tetek, and he drives forward with the ball. Nice tackle from Flint, but it does fall, and he's give the free kick. It seemed like he got the ball, but it is from behind, and the referee is always going to side with a tackle from behind on the player in possession of the ball. And this is going to be a fantastic chance for Aldershot to get a shot away on goal at the end of this first half. It's about 25 yards out, bang centre of the D. 3 minutes to be added on here as Barrett stands over the ball, places it down.
3 minutes additional time. 3 minutes.
The wall has been marched back. Does look like it's going to be a shot here. Barrett is lining up for this one, as is Abraham. Barrett steps forward, hits it into the wall, comes a second off shot, and well, if it was rugby, he would get some points. And then he kicks the air in frustration after that one. He knew he had two golden opportunities to make the goalkeeper work and did not with either. Well, as we bring the ball forward through, Panny plays it forward to Hurst. Gateshead's possession in midfield, just not the greatest. The ball not sticking to Gateshead players. They need to be better than that. But Aldershot can play this ball out to Hill. It's just behind him, has to bend his run to get to it. Barrett cuts inside. He's going to put a lovely ball in towards Thomas there. Headed clear though. And at the moment, Gateshead sitting deep. Aldershot in possession. Ball comes to Hill. Back to Mearhalls. Inside to Hargreaves. Lots of space though at the moment for them to pass the ball around, and Mearhalls makes Claridge sprint back to get the ball, and he'll keep that in on the far side. And at the moment, Gateshead need to keep the score at 2-1 as it goes into half time. As Barrett tried to play it through, Gateshead do get possession of the ball, and now Gateshead break down the left hand side. Newble has the ball as Newble brings it forward. He needs support though. There isn't many Gateshead players busting the gut to get into the centre. Newble can't do it all by himself as he holds the ball up and wins a throw on the far side. And do Gateshead have an answer here just before half time? They need a good delivery into the box as Ferguson gives it to Fenton John. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson looks to get a delivery and lays it into Hurst. Hurst gives it to Newbley on the edge of the box. Fenton John, there's people seem to shoot, and there's the shot, and over it goes. And really, there's more of a frustrated shot than anything else. Didn't get over it. And we await the half-time whistle. We've played that nearly all of the allotted 3 minutes added on. But at the moment, Aldershot winning 2-1 as it's going to go into half-time here, and deservedly they lead. There will be frustrations from Gateshead players about shirt pulls and maybe a penalty appeal, but at the end of the day, they haven't created enough chances on the back of that. We can be frustrated with the referee all we want, but you have to create and make the goalkeeper work all the same, as Gateshead have won a free kick, and there is the half-time whistle. It's 2-1 here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Just going to have a little break here at half-time. We'll go through the half-time scores, but we'll be back very, very soon. Well, they join us here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's half-time where Gateshead trail 2-1, having taken the lead on 15 minutes. Goals from Will Hurst. I'm trying to think who scored for the visitors there. My mind just went blank. I'll quickly get that up and confirm it. I know Hargreaves got the second, and the first goal for the visitors was from Thomas. And you must say that the lead is much deserved for the visitors at the moment. And we'll be waiting to see if Gateshead have a answer in the second half to Tommy Widritton's side. Well, I can go through the half-time scores with you in a moment. I will do, but before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping for the Heat Army podcast. Please do like and subscribe, and we'd love you to join us on Thursday evening where we'll be talking about this game and the Aldershot game, who visit Gateshead International Stadium on Wednesday evening. So that's 8 p.m. on the Heat Army podcast. Please do join us. We'd love to hear from you, and that would be amazing. I will go through the half-time scores now as we got it. And, of course, it's 2-1 to Aldershot here at Gateshead International Stadium. I'm just waiting for the computer to show us the scores. It is 0-0 between... Oh, that's 0-0 between Braintree and Forest Green. Altrincham winning 1-0 away to Eastleigh. FC Halifax winning 1 to Yeovil. We know the score here. Hartlepool 0, Boreham Wood 0, Morecambe 0, Woking 0. Not many goals about today. Sutton 0, Carlisle 0, Truro 1, Boston United 0, and Wealdstone 0, Rochdale 2. So there you go. That is the halftime scores as it is. Expect those to change though. There's a lot of football to be played here this afternoon, and you won't miss it live on the Zone and with the Heat Army podcast as we look to bring you the second half here, live and exclusive Enterprise National League action, Gateshead versus Aldershot. Well, somebody's asking what happened with Widritton at half time. I'm not sure exactly what that is, what happened, but I'm just going to go radio silent for a second just so I can find out exactly what's went on. Well, we are back and we have found out that what the Tommy Widritton situation is. There is allegations of saluting the fans with not all his fingers is probably the best way to do it after they went 2-1 in front, Tommy Widritton. So I know that the stewards were asking if there was any footage of this because obviously it's inciting the crowd. So it'll be interesting to know if the officials will be made aware of that, but of course alleged is the word at the moment. That's just what we're hearing around. I know he did turn to the crowd after the first goal, so we'll see what happens with that. Of course, we have to say alleged at the moment. We don't know anything for facts, and as I say, not something we really want to be talking about, so we'll move on to back to the football. And as I say, we would love you to join us on the Heat Army podcast. As I mentioned before, it is all about Gateshead, of course, and we'd love to hear from Aldershot fans as well, and say your take on the game here this afternoon. And I'm sure there'll be more talking points as the game goes on. But at the moment, a deserved lead for the visitors. Will Gateshead come out and give the Aldershot midfield as much respect and room as they had in the first half? Because Hargreaves and Barrett have had free roam in midfield. They've been able to pull the strings, spray the ball out into the box, into either wing, and create difficulties for the Gateshead defence. So we'll see what happens at half-time here. Of course, on Monday, Gateshead did do what you would say it was the great escape, 3-0 down at half-time and win 4-3. Do they have the theatrics? Do they have the cinematic moments again to do that again? It's a big ask, but at the moment, Gateshead fans would just like to see a more competitive side out there in midfield, causing problems and asking questions for the visitors as we await the teams to come back out here for the second half at Gateshead International Stadium for this Enterprise National League action live on DAZN. And there's still a day left to get the deal for $12.99 a month to be able to watch every National League game, as long as you're abroad, of course, for the 3 p.m. kickoffs on a Saturday. So why not get yourselves that package? And if you can't make it to an away game, it's just as good as being there, or it's the next best thing, should I say. So please do take that up, and it helps the league, helps the teams, and that's what we're all about. We want more fans here at Gateshead International Stadium on a match day, because that is the best place to experience football. But if we can entice you in with what you see on the TV screen or phone, computer screen, tablet screen, whatever you watch it on, please do come down and give Gateshead your support. There is one Aldershot player going through a stretch down in front of the Aldershot dugout. So I don't know if these just getting himself warmed up for coming on later on, or if there's going to be a substitution at half time. We'll let you know if there is any changes. But the visitors are out onto the pitch as we await Gateshead to come back out for the second half. You've still got time to get that kettle on, still got time to venture to the fridge, maybe open that bottle of wine or that Perrier. I don't know what you drink. What's your beverage of choice? Sit down, relax if you can for the second half here. Gateshead versus Aldershot, with Aldershot leading 2-1. Well, the Aldershot players out there just going through a few little stretches, a few little jumps. Dewhurst going through a little warm-up in the area to our left. Gateshead will have the wind behind them in this half, but it does feel like it's dropped. So I don't know if the wind will impede Aldershot as much in the second half, as Kwame Thomas looks to be going through some half-time ritual. At the moment, Tommy Woodrington with the fourth official and the bench are having a lot of words there. So we did mention before, there is allegations of abuse to the crowd. No, there is a history over the game a couple of seasons ago where it didn't take place due to Aldershot not wanting to play on the surface, and some outlandish comments made about the River Tyne flooding and affecting the pitch. I don't know if you're a geologist in this area, or even a person that's familiar with the area, but that would have to probably drown half of Tyneside to be able to do that. But Gateshead all back out onto the pitch. Kent Richardson leads his team out. Looks unchanged as it looks at the moment, as the referee and his assistants make their way onto the pitch as well. The fourth official just having a word with the referee. Gateshead will be shooting towards the River Tyne in this second half. The visitors to the Felon End, and we are moments away from the second half kicking off here at Gateshead International Stadium. You won't miss a kick here live on DAZN and on the Heed Army podcast. And we'll say this to a blue in the face. Thank you for your company this afternoon. As Barrett stands over the ball, he's going to be the man to get us underway for Aldershot. Well, we're underway. As Claridge looks to pump this ball up, and the wind does look like it's dropped here in the second half. Hargreaves picks it up in midfield, but dispossessed, and Hurst can give it to Chapman. Gateshead on the break. Newbley pulls off this left-hand side. It was an off-the-ball push. Comes through to Hurst. Hurst has to just turn around and keep possession of the ball near the corner flag. Gateshead play the ball back to Kenton Richardson. Kane Adam was the man that slipped, and he's got himself up and gets possession of the ball. Gives it to Flint. Gateshead started the way they mean to go forward. They're probing, trying to get the ball up towards that Aldershot area. As Newbley holds the ball up, does very well, and can he send the ball away to Ferguson? He can. He's busting a gut to get back up there as Gateshead play it back to Kenton Richardson, who plays the ball forward and past his man, driving down the left-hand side inside to Newbley. Newbley plays it off Hargreaves and goes forward with the ball. He needs targets though, and he's lost possession of the ball, and that was good play from Aldershot, and now they're on the break as the little flick from Barrett doesn't find its target, and we now pump the ball forward for Gateshead, looking for Kane Adam on the far side. Ball nodded back. Dewhurst has to get back to the dead ball line to get it. Well, Alan Guest has put the River Tyne flooding the International Stadium. Well, that's what he said about the water levels with the pitch during that game. From what I understand, the lie of the land, that is impossible. That's why we question the statement made by Mr. Ridderton. As Hargreaves in midfield chips the ball forward, looking for the run of Barrett. Very stocky number 10, Barrett. Full of energy, full of running. 48 minutes gone. Gets still trailed by 2-1. Newbley nods the ball on. Chapman did make a run forward, but Mearhalls can control the ball, take it out to the left-hand side, and comes off his teammate and out for a throw to Gateshead. Referee wants the ball just taken further back, which has been quickly taken. Panny calmly plays it back to Brooks. Connor Panny just decides to give it back to Brooks again. Brooks puts it out on the far side to Johnson. Johnson has to put it back to Brooks. Gateshead coming up against a good press, and they go along with this ball up towards Kane Adam. He keeps the ball in, and he's driving forward right-hand side. Pulls it back across. It's a deep one. Callum Johnson just has to duck down and let the ball go through. Fenton John takes a touch, just has to turn and still going with the ball. Cuts inside. Fenton John lays it off to Kenton Richardson now. Ferguson has Chapman on the underlap. Chapman with the ball. Oh, he runs into Claridge, and he's down at the moment. Good, strong from Claridge. Just used his body, and the offside flag goes up, and it's been given as a foul on Thomas. Pushed Connor Panny down. Johnson on the far side for Gateshead. Flint. Panny plays it back to Brooks. Fenton John drops deep to get involved, gives it to Panny. Panny plays it back to Brooks, and Brooks will go along with this one, and the wind certainly does seem to have absolutely dropped. Another shirt pull there, and the referees give it the other way. You could see Kane Adam's navel there of the shirt pull, and well, trying not to be too rose tinted. Apologies. A free kick to the visitors. Taken short to Mearhalls, back to Nightingale. Nightingale plays it down the line. Now he'll try and create something on the far side. Back to Mearhalls. Ball played forward. Barrett used his run really well. Appeals for offside on the far side. Not given though. It's a good run. Ball bounces through. Kenton John can clear it, and Let's give a free kick there from the clearance. Must have been a pull or something. We didn't see it. I'll let you know that Rochdale are winning 3-0 now away to Wheelstone. Ball headed away by Aldershot. Abrams up against 3 players, does very well to hold it off and get it to a teammate. As they build on the far side, inside to Barrett. Barrett takes a touch. He does have Taylor on this far side. Abrahams has the ball. Chips it over to the far side, nodded it down, but Gateshead can intercept and bring the ball forward. Flint, if he looks up, he can distribute it, but he just held on to it too long under his feet and dispossessed, and Gateshead win the ball back. Newbley on the halfway line puts it back down the line to Johnson. Callum Johnson has the ball. He's looking for movement. He's looking for an option. Gets it to Kane Adam down the line. Newbley back to Johnson. Hartlepool have had a man sent off. It's still 0-0 there. Eastleigh have turned it round and 2-1 in front against Altrincham. Newbley plays the whole now. Lovely ball through to Hurst as Flint tried to continue his run, but Tetic was there, and ball goes out to play for a goal kick on the far side. Truro 2-0 to the good now at home against Boston United. Sutton United are winning 1-0 at home to Carlisle. It's 1-1 between FC Halifax and Yeovil, and it's still 0-0 between Braintree and Forest Green at this moment in time.
50-50 result. The winning number is 1068.
Well, if Ken can turn down his mic on the tannoy, it's very bassy, very, very, very loud. I could hear that right into my earphones. Just a little bit, Ken, turn it down. As the ball nodded down and out of play for a Gateshead throw just inside their own half. Woking have took the lead against Morecambe at Morecambe, and Truro are now 3-0 to the good as it stands. But here at Gateshead International Stadium, still 2-1 to the visitors, Aldershot. Gateshead start the second half better than what they finished or had the vast majority of the first half. They're probing, they're having a bit more of the ball. What needed to happen is Hurst goes down in the centre circle, expecting the foul, but Aldershot have the ball. Passing it around, and here is Taylor on this right-hand side. Too much space. Ferguson's there to try and stop the cross. In it comes. And there's a shout to leave it. Hill tries to get it out. There's appeals for handball, but it's been cleared as far as Kane Adam, and he's got space to run into. Crosses the halfway line on the right-hand side. He's still going. Plays it forward for Hurst. Hurst just has to hold it up against Nightingale. There's a pull on the shirt again. Referee does not give it, and referee just likes to see the shirt stretch as Widderton applauds his side for winning it back. They didn't give up. Ball forward, though, comes through to Abraham. Abraham up against Kent Richardson. He goes down. Can he pull the ball across? Richardson back to his feet and clears it. And Abraham had more time than he realised. A little bit too greedy and dispossessed. Throw in taken on the far side. Tetic gives the ball to Mearhalls. Hargreaves. Ball put towards the edge of the box. Thomas nods it down. Barrett did bring it down. Out to the far side. And what can Aldershot conjure up here? Tetic with a run, puts it into the box. Thomas was up in the air and just mistimed his jump. He got up too soon. The ball's been cleared by Gateshead. Yeovil look like they are going to take the lead and have taken the lead away to FC Halifax. At the moment, Gateshead just defending as the visitors try and get the ball into the box. A lovely ball at the outside of the foot there from Claridge, cleared by Gateshead. Barrett goes for a chip shot and just over the crossbar. Looked close from this angle, probably wasn't. But Gateshead do need to be careful and keep their lines cleared.
Has been claimed.
Gateshead play out from the back as Kenton Brooks receives the ball, plays it out now to Johnson. Johnson goes straight down the line looking for Newbley as Dewhurst had to come out and clear it out. Gateshead will throw inside the visitors' half on the far side. Callum Johnson going to be the man to take it. There's Hurst. Gets it under control. He's under pressure though. Has to play it all the way back to Brooks. As Gateshead now look to build, but having to do it from the back at the moment as Brooks. Long kick there, down the line. I don't think Newbley is going to be able to keep that in, and out it goes. Woodruton once again applauding his team for making Gateshead having to go long and search for that ball. Wynn does just hold that ball up a little bit there, but it's good for Archie Taylor. Nodded across to Ferguson though for Gateshead, and Chapman drops deep. Got a man all over him holding on, and the free kick is given for the holding. Ball played up towards Newbley. He would have been offside if he had got into that one, but now the ball comes forward and the ball not really guided to anyone there, went right through and cleared by the visitors. Barrett brings the ball down, but only to Fenton John as Woodruton holds his head in his hands, and Chapman brings the ball forward, plays it to Newbley, left-hand side of the box. Gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson now back to Newbley. Newbley holding it up. Gives it to Fenton John, who tries to get past and dances past the tackle, dances past another one. And there was a lunge in from, and he's played it on. There's a shot away. Chapman, can he get the shot off? Oh, pulled it over and we're going to be pulled back. It is going to be Archie Taylor who will receive a yellow for a wild lunge in. Didn't get anywhere near. Credit to the referee for playing on, but it's not a tackle you want to see. Didn't get anywhere near the ball. But 58 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Aldershot 2. Live here on the Heat Army podcast audio stream, and of course, live on DAZN, National League TV. Dewhurst, he wants to get this ball higher up the pitch, try and stop any pressure coming back towards his goal mouth. And we're definitely seeing the wind it hasn't completely disappeared, but it isn't affecting the flight of the ball. Barrett does very well to turn and marshal and keep a hold of that ball. Very impressed with the number 10. Kwame Thomas holds it up, gives it back to Barrett. Barrett, once again, calm and composed on the ball. Ball comes over to this far side where Taylor, and I don't know if you can hear it on the mic, the wind is swirling around the stand here. I've got sand in my eyes off the sand pit. The perils of an athletic stadium. As the ball is going to bounce. Hargreaves does very well to keep it in. Great stuff from the captain. Applauded by his manager. There's the wind holding the ball up again. So it's on and off the wind as Hurst tries to thread the ball through. Gateshead do have the ball on the far side. Plays it through. Hurst, can he get past? Past the keeper. Pulls it again. 2-2. Lovely stuff. Dewhurst left in no man's land. He had to come for it. But Hurst with his second of the game. A mix-up at the back for the visitors. And Gateshead have got themselves level here on 60 minutes. And wow, it's a much improved second half performance from Gateshead thus far. And they've got themselves level. But Will Hurst with his second goal of the game.
Gateshead with his second goal, number 21, Kyle Hurst.
Well, the youngster on loan from Doncaster Rovers, certainly making a name for himself here on Tyneside. As we have the game on here, as Aldershot get us back underway. Thomas beaten in the ball, falls in midfield to Flint. Ferguson plays it there. Lovely touch from Newbley. Ball through. And now Hurst. He's bearing on to goal. Can he lay it off or go for a shot himself? Goes for the shot. It falls to Chapman. 3-2! Gateshead turn it around in the second half. And Chapman gives Gateshead the lead. Hurst went for the hat-trick. Joe Hurst makes the save. It falls to Chapman. And he put his leather through that one right into the back of the net as Joe Hurst still lies motionless on the ground. He's disappointed with that one. He made a good save, just he couldn't guide the ball to a safe spot. And Gateshead have the lead here, 3-2. Well, goals galore in this game. And Gateshead, the comeback kings, as it were. But there's still a lot of football to be played here at Gateshead International Stadium as Josh Holm is going to come on for Will Flint. Does seem to be walking slowly. Don't know if it's tactical that or if he has had a little bit of a knock. But Gateshead, with half an hour to go, at least, have got themselves in front. Other goals in the National League is FC Halifax 2, Yeovil 2. We're back underway. Claridge plays the ball out to Taylor. Ball pumped forward as Kenton Richardson wins the ball, leaves Thomas on the floor, and Gateshead Newbley lays it off. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Hurst. He's got this ball left-hand side. Can he get past Claridge? He can. He's still going into the box. Lovely little touch. He just overhit it. And Hargreaves has to come back to help out. And Gateshead really do seem to have the bit between the teeth at the moment as Thomas was fouled there between two Gateshead players as Kenton Richardson talking about shirts being pulled.
Will Flint being replaced by number 17, Josh Holm.
Well, this game has come alive. As we mentioned, Hartlepool are down to 10 men at home to Boreham Wood. Gateshead in possession though at this moment in time, playing the ball over the top, and Chapman's offside. He was off by a good 10 yards really when the ball was played, and the referee's assistant puts the flag up, deservedly so, and it's a free kick. Well, Mia Halls has the ball. Nightingale, Claridge. Claridge looks up to get the ball moving. Doesn't find its target though, and Gateshead try to win the ball as a shirt pull from a Gateshead player there. I'm not just pointing out the ones from Aldershot. A referee letting them all go at the moment. Good or a bad thing? What do you think? Well, ball played forward. Barrett, first touch, intercepted though by Panny, the clearance up in the air, and there's another shirt pull. Well, referee lets that one go. It's actually pulling the shirt numbers off practically there. Well, for either side, and he's not really doing his job. As Nightingale looks to play the ball through the centre. A little bit of a hash one there. He passed it through straight out of play. But Gateshead 3-2 to the good here after coming from but 2-1 down at half time. And Gateshead have a throw on the far side. Newbley trying to get the ball, but it comes off an Aldershot player. He's still asking about the shirt pulling at the moment. Well, we wait this throw to be taken. Bounces through to Kane Adam, beaten in the air, falls to Mia Hulls, who clears it in turn. Kent Richardson has the time to put that one flicked on by Fenton John. Can he pick up the ball as Hargreaves does really well to lay that off? Being an absolute Rolls Royce of a player for Aldershot in the middle himself, and Barrett really do pull the strings as that ball from Dewhurst goes out for a throw to Gateshead just inside the halfway line. Although players never seem to take it from where it went out. Ball launched forward. Gateshead managed to get the ball to Newbley, edge of the box. He's just beaten to it, and ball ricochets up towards Thomas, but Thomas couldn't guide it to a teammate. And at the minute, Gateshead probing on the far side. Can they get the ball into the box? They just slow it down. Fenton John gives it to Josh Home. Gateshead player goes down on the far side, and it's been given as a throw-in, quickly taken. And Gateshead now have to be on the best to attack. Good tackle, but it does fall to Thomas. He has to hold it up for waiting for teammates, and Tedek can bring Hargreaves into play. Archie Taylor's in acres of space on this right-hand side. He's got time. He puts a cross in. It's a dangerous one. Gateshead clear the lines, but there's Claridge just to get the ball under control and give it back to Taylor. Taylor has to put it back to Nightingale. All the players inside the Gateshead half at the moment, bar Dewhurst. There's out to Hill, inside to Tedek. Back to Tedek. Tedek on the edge of the area, trying to thread it through, looking for a run, and no nonsense from Fenton John. Puts the ball out for a throw in near the corner flag. It was taken 20 yards up the pitch. But at the minute, they're trying to probe Thomas on the edge of the area, plays it across to Archie Taylor. Archie Taylor goes for a shot, and it goes out for a corner. And we are going to see the goal scorer, Chapman, coming off for Max Sheaf here with 68 minutes gone. There's going to be a substitution for the visitors as well. Hadi Gandor is about to come on as well. I think this will be taking place after this corner to Aldershot. In comes the delivery towards the near post, headed across. It hasn't been cleared, and now it can be cleared by Gateshead. And can the bounce be good to Gateshead as Hurst chases it down? Nightingale does very well, and he's screaming at his teammate. It isn't Nightingale, it's Hill. And Gateshead with the multi-ball can get the ball underway. He wants it further back, though, the referee. I think we're going to see the substitutions here now. The first one will be for Aldershot. Hadi Gandor is going to come on for, I think it is for Abrams. So like for like there, putting a man up front. There's Max Sheaf. They're waiting to make the Max Sheaf. They're just holding off on that one. Gateshead. Newbley holds the ball up. Plays the ball to Connor Panny, who has to put it back up there first time. Thomas gets a good touch, takes it away, gives it to Barrett. And at the minute, Barrett just holding that ball up well, marshalling it and plays it out to Mia Hulls, who brings it forward on the far side. Tedek to Hargreaves. Newbley coming back to help out in defensive duties, trying to make life hard. They're passing it around well, but they haven't got up towards the final yet. Aldershot comes across to Claridge. Claridge looks for a runner, spreads it through, and Kent Richardson did get to the ball, but then he fouls in the process. The follow-up on Hargreaves there. And Gateshead are going to make this substitution now. Max Sheaf is going to come on for Harry Chapman. Harry Chapman hasn't seen just yet. Now he has, as he makes his way over to the Gateshead bench. Well, round of applause from the Tyne Weir stand at the minute. It's still 0-0 between Braintree and Forest Green. 2-1 Eastleigh against Altrincham. It's 2-2 between FC Halifax and Yeovil. Gateshead 3, Aldershot 2 here. 10 men, Hartlepool 0, Boreham Wood 0. Morecambe Trailer Gould to 0 to Woking. It's 1-0 to Sutton at home to Carlisle. Truro 3-0 to the good over Boston United, and Rochdale are winning 3-0 away to Wealdstone. And we have a free kick here for the visitors to get the ball in the box. Barrett puts it in. It's a dangerous one. It's there. And Gateshead can clear this ball in turn as Hill is the furthest man back, and Kane Adam was striding forward to close down, but they can bring the ball forward. Now Meerholz has the ball. Gondor gets his first touches. At the moment, Gateshead just wanting to get themselves back on the attack here as they have. Oh, and an awful, cynical block from Claridge. He absolutely wiped out Hurst. There was no intent to get the ball. He's just shoulder barged him down. It is going to be a yellow card. I think if that had been in his own half, we might have been seeing a different colour. But that was just an absolutely cynical wipeout from James Claridge. Is that born out of frustration in this second half? Well, the fourth official is on patrol in Gateshead's technical area there. They're not happy with that. It was pure intent to wipe out the player there. I think it will just be a yellow. But I think James Claridge can count himself a very, very lucky boy there. Cynical challenge is the only way you can describe that one. As Will Hurst was about to unleash, driving forward there. Sometimes you just have to take a tackle for the team. Got to look at it from both perspectives. A yellow worth taking, as they say, from an Aldershot perspective. Well, the referee's full of smiles at the moment, as the rain is starting to come down now here at Gateshead Stadium. It's not heavy, but it's a light drizzle. And Tina Brooks is going to take this free kick just in front of the Gateshead dugout. As Tina Brooks launches the ball on the far side, falls in midfield. McSheaf just couldn't control it, and now Barrett can try and thread this ball forward to Gondor. Gondor has Thomas in the middle. He's got Archie Taylor on the overlap, plays it through and just plays it behind, but here comes the man on the other side. Oh, and Hill, I think he had too much time in the end, couldn't open up his body, and well, I think he had more time than he realised, and as he come bombing in, but as I say, I don't think he was expecting that ball to fully come through. As Wealdstone have pulled the goal back against Rochdale at the moment. It's 3-1 to Rochdale at Wealdstone at this moment in time. But we have about 17 minutes remain here at Gateshead International Stadium. 16 and a half, actually, if we want to be pedantic. As the wind is just starting to get up again, we can feel it here in our commentary position. Ball up to Nubler, whose shirt is being pulled yet again. And it'll be an XXXXXL by the end of this game. Let's hope it shrinks in the wash. As Gondor opens up on the left-hand side, drives forward with the ball up against home. He's doing well at the moment. Cross in. It's a very deep one. Archie Taylor cannot get there, and that'll go out for a throw next to the corner flag here on our right-hand side. That was a good run from Gondor. Certainly got a change of speed down that left-hand side with him being on. Gateshead in no hurry to take this throw in as Kent Richardson talks to the assistant. There's some young Gateshead fans boo a Aldershot substitute who's just been to the toilet. Another shirt, you can see the shirt being pulled from here on Frank Nubler. Ball played all the way back to Dewhurst though. Will Hurst trying to close down. Nightingale. Claridge plays the ball through the centre towards Thomas. Does very well to hold it up. Barrett lays it off to Hargreaves. This is where Aldershot look dangerous. They've got men in the box. In comes a floated cross. It's going to get across there, and great defending from Kane at arm. Outstretched leg and pokes it out for a throw-in on the far side. Mia Halls gives it to Tedek. Tedek gets it back. Tedek plays it across now to Claridge. Ball forward. Gandor couldn't get the ball through, and it's played back, and good interception from Gateshead. As Tiernan Brooks just picks up the ball, rolls it out to Kenton Richardson. He's got Ferguson in front of him. Plays it inside to Fenton John, who's been caught dawdling, and gives away a free kick. And Fenton John is going to get a yellow card here. There's appeals. The yellow card comes out for the Aldershot player who was remonstrating before Fenton John could get his, and he's still arguing with the fourth official here. And Tedek needs to be careful, but Fenton John, that's a lesson in not dawdling on the ball, as they have a free kick here 20 yards out, right hand side of the D. This is very dangerous for Aldershot. And Josh Barrett places the ball down. Archie Taylor peels off to this right hand side. We're waiting for the wall to be marched back the full 10 yards. There's the magic spray. There's Barrett. Steps back. I do feel like he's going to go for goal here, as he does, and it's a beautiful one off the stanchion, and the follow-up goes in, and I think it's Claridge that's poked it home here. And I'll just confirm the goal scorer. No, it's Gandor gets his goal. Let's see, they hit the woodwork and then bounce back and buried in at the back of the net. It's 3-3 here. Goals galore, and Aldershot wanting to slow the game down here at the moment. They're having a huddle inside the Gateshead half, as we wait for them to get back into position. Well, 6-goal thriller so far here at Gateshead International Stadium. Gandor with the equaliser. What does the final 16 minutes have in store for us here? Well, we have to see what Gateshead have in reply once again. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Kane at arm, just way too much on it, and that goes out for a goal kick to the visitors. It's finally poised, and who is going to be the team that pushes to try and get the winner here? An entertaining game for the neutral, for either side. A little bit of a nail biter at times, but we've both had a lot to cheer about and a lot to complain about. Well, Dewhurst is going to take this goal kick, as he does. It holds up in the wind again, just on the halfway line. There's pushing and shoving from Ferguson and Thomas. But gives it his handball. Referee says no, but Gateshead are in possession as Kane at arm. Just crosses the halfway line on the right-hand side. Just has to hold it up, go cut inside a little bit. Max Sheaf plays it back to Panny. Panny's under pressure. Home calmly gives it to Richardson, who carries it over the halfway line, gives it to Ferguson on this left-hand side. Sutton 2-0 to the good against Carlisle United at the moment. There's Newbley, holds the ball up, gives it back to Richardson. Ferguson plays inside, tries to get the ball back. Was he fouled? Referee says no. They didn't even know which way the ball came off there, the referee and assistant. They both looked at each other blindly. As we're going to see Henry coming on, James Henry. And he will be replacing Barrett, and Barrett can't believe it. Well, Barrett has been very active and pivotal in the attacking for Aldershot. I'm a bit shocked myself. Obviously, his free kick was what was ricocheted back and put in off the woodwork. James Henry is on.
Substitution for Aldershot Town. Leaving the pitch.
Well, ball played forward, and Gandor gets onto it. Pani just gets the wrong side, but Gandor's still going. You can lay it off to that far side to Hill. Hill takes a touch, plays it into the centre. James Henry, his first touches, goes for a curling shot. Got it onto his left foot. And well, really should have been hitting the target from there. But Gandor proven to be very dangerous since he's come on.
Your attendance today is a total of 722 with 111 Aldershot Town fans.
722 with 100 and was it 11? I think it was Aldershot fans. Fantastic travelling support from the shots, and that's what we've had today. Shots galore, resulting in goals. 3-3 here. 10 minutes remain. Well, 9 minutes remain. We're into the and the ball bounces through. Kane at arm. Chips it over his man. Goes, can he lay it off? He's still going. Adam goes to the shot. Great save from Dewhurst. The follow-up wasn't there, and it's been hooked clear. James Henry chests the ball, and now can the visitors get on the attack? As the ball played forward, Gandor lays it out to Archie Taylor. Archie Taylor just didn't have the legs to get to it, and Kent Richardson can mop up as Brooks pumps the ball forward, only as far as Tetek. Max Sheaf wins the ball, but Claridge is there to pump it forward. And at the moment, we're just getting a little bit scrappy. Who's going to keep their composure here in the final 8 minutes? As Connor Pani, a crucial block. Hurst, nice turn, gets past his man as he pulled down. Referee says no, play it on, gives it to Newblay. Ball comes off an Aldershot player, and he's actually, it's been given, having said that, the reaction from Newblay suggests it didn't come off an Aldershot player. Well, Derek gives it to Claridge. Claridge plays it back to Nightingale. Gateshead sitting very deep at the moment. It's like they're inviting it on from Aldershot. They put the ball in the centre, was picked up by Fenton John. Max Sheaf can bring the ball forward. Gives it to Kane Adam, who has to hold up against these two defenders, and he does. Ball distributed over the top as nodded up in the air. Hetek heads it clear. Gandor tries to turn his man, but there was home to get it to Ferguson. Ferguson, there isn't many people making runs for him. It's a little bit static, this Gateshead midfield, as Kent Richardson drives forward with it, trying to create something himself. Gives it to Max Sheaf. Across to Callum Johnson. Pani. Inside the Gateshead half. Home drops deep to get involved. Gives it to Ferguson on this left-hand side. Gives it back to Home. Gateshead sweep the ball across to Callum Johnson on the right-hand side, who has space to bring the ball forward and does. Kane Adam back to Callum Johnson. Both sides trying to hold a good shape when out of possession and not wanting to give anything away as the ball comes back to Connor Pani from Brooks, and he can bring it forward a few yards. He continues his run, plays it inside. It's a poor ball into the middle, and Hedek can now try and bring it out to Taylor, who plays the ball forward, looking for the run of James Henry. And, that's safe to say James Henry doesn't have pace to burn and struggled to get to that one and seen it go out over the dead ball line. What does this game have left to serve up for Gateshead and Aldershot? 3 goals each. Is there any more? Gateshead with a goal kick. Brooks in no hurry as he does take it, and it goes all the way up towards Newblay. Newblay nods it on. Kane Adam can't quite get onto that one. Played back, and Dewhurst clears the ball, loses his footing after he kicks it, but the kick was good. And there's all. Well, Fenton John didn't read the header from Ferguson, and it allows Aldershot to try and build down the left-hand side. Played forward. James plays it out to Hill. Hill. Back to Mearhalls. And now can they probe more? Hetek to Claridge. Back to Nightingale. Over the top to Mearhall. Over the other side to Mearhall, sorry. who has space to bring this ball forward. 5 minutes remain. We've had 1 or 2 stoppages for injuries. You know, surmise with the injuries, we could have about 5 minutes added on here. Substitution, should I say, as well. As Aldershot build and probe, as they still have the ball on the far side. Hills. Hill. I keep calling them Hills. Apologies. Hargreaves. They're just keeping good possession when we've seen they scored after this type of possession in the first half, and the ball goes across the far side. Hill, can he pull the ball back across? He can, but there's Connor Paddy to sweep it clear, and Gateshead can get on the attack through Kane Adam, brings the ball forward. Hurst was shouting for it, but Adam, he's just overrun it and got tackled there, as Adam, with a cynical one himself, just pulls the shirt, and it's going to be a yellow card. And Gateshead do need to keep their head. There is going to be another substitution coming here for Gateshead. Does look like Callum Boone is going to come on. But it's a free kick here, 40 yards out, left-hand side of the D. Closer to the halfway line than it is to the... Well, actually, it's not. It's bang on in the middle of the pitch here. 5 minutes... 4.5 minutes remain. 3.5 even. We know how good the deliveries have been from Aldershot. We know how strong and physical their big men are as the ball is put up, but it's a poor one, cleared by Gateshead, who clear, but they need to push out their lines. They didn't have anyone to try and release. Well, can we get this ball back in possession for Gateshead? But Aldershot at the moment, probing and pressing over, and another free kick. And Max Schiefer's going to pick up a yellow here. He caught him just after he hit that one. Someone's pointing out a spelling mistake in our screensaver. Apologies. On the audio stream. Well, Hetek is really limping at the moment. He's trying to walk it off. But it's another free kick this time, very central, 45 yards out. Can they get this ball in amongst where their big men on? Hetek has had a miracle recovery now. Runs to the edge of the box. And Gates are going to make multiple substitutions here. So Ollie Thompson is stripped and ready for action. Chipped towards the back of the box there, headed back across. Newblay's up there to help defend, and Gateshead, there's a free kick being given. And there's a push on one of the Gateshead defenders as they're trying to clear the ball. But we are going to see Callum Boone and Ollie Thompson come on. That'll be three academy prospects coming on the pitch here. If you're Connor Panny.
Man of the match is our double goal scorer, but number 21, Kyle Hurst.
Kyle Hurst makes way. Having scored 2 goals this afternoon, he's going to be replaced by Ollie Thompson. And Frank Newblay is going to be replaced by Callum Boone. And it really is a little and large substitution, as Frank Newblay, pivotal in the first goal, was a lovely hold up and release. But Callum Boone comes on now as we enter the final minute of normal time. What will we see added on at the end here?
The double substitution for Gateshead there. Leaving the pitch, number 21, Kyle Hurst, and number 14, Frank
Quite
Newblay.
possibly one of the shortest forward lines you'll ever see in the National League at this moment in time. But Ferguson has to do well and get the ball as they try and and a good block by Gandor. Max Sheaf, though, in midfield, tries to play it past Hetek and couldn't. But Ollie Thompson wins the ball back, judged to have fouled. And the Aldershot players aren't happy they weren't allowed to play on there. We're going to find out momentarily how long is going to be added on here. We're into the final 10 seconds. Ball put across to Thomas. Thomas tries to flick it on the outside of the boot. Ferguson clears the ball up the pitch. And there is Ollie Thompson trying to latch onto that one. We're going to see 5 minutes added on as Claridge looks to get the ball into the box. It's a deep one. Not that deep, though. Headed clear by Gateshead. And Callum Bowen trying to win the ball back. Claridge puts it back in. That should be the keeper's all day, and it was. And he goes down as he got caught as he went up for that one. And
a minimum of 5 minutes.
we are waiting. Well, thank you to Chris Lamb, who's joined us on our audio stream. A big thank you to everyone that has joined us on DAZN this afternoon. Remember, you can do that. Apparently, he's had some troubles with DAZN this afternoon. Keeps freezing. Hopefully, that hasn't been the case for everybody. But at the moment, Tina Brooks is receiving treatment. And we have 5 minutes added on here. We're a minute into that already.
22. That includes 111 away fans.
Well, once again, 111 Tamworth fans, sorry, apologies, Aldershot fans have made the trip up to Tyneside today. They've been treated to goals, as we all have. But as I say, at this moment in time, 3-3. Both sides will feel that they could have won this one. Still a chance they might. But a fair result, I think, coming up. The second half display from Gateshead, much better than the first half. That's 2 games in a row where the second half performance has had to save Gateshead's afternoon. But there's still time for a sting in either team's tail. As Brooks launches that up towards Kane Adam. Tries to keep the ball in. It just goes out underneath his foot. And Aldershot now take a throw half inside their own half. Back to Nightingale. Nightingale receives the ball, plays it across to Dewhurst. Dewhurst under pressure from Bowen. Bowen trying to close it down, and the ball played forward here to Claridge, who can bring it forward. Right hand side, he's driving forward with it. James Henry has to get onto it as he overhit it, but Henry now cuts inside of it and managed good footwork to get the ball to Hargreaves. Hargreaves turns himself, looks to get a delivery in, picks out Gandor, lovely flick in the outside of the box. Nobody there to latch onto it, and the ball is cleared and hasn't went out to play. Dewhurst is ball hasn't went out, and Dewhurst is playing a dangerous game here. And now it goes out, and well, I think Dewhurst did just get a little feeling in his stomach there for a second, because that ball took an eternity to go out on this near hand touch line. Well, we've got 2 minutes remaining now as the ball's played back to Dewhurst. He's under pressure from Ollie Thompson, who's chasing down, but now Mearhalls can bring the ball forward on the far side. And the ball down the line wasn't very good at all, and Gateshead have a throw themselves. Well, an action-packed afternoon here at Gateshead International Stadium, exclusively on DAZN and the Heed Army podcast audio stream. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Lots of shirt pulls this afternoon for either side, let it be said. But an entertaining game nonetheless. It's got the heart rate racing for either side as Max Sheaf nods the ball forward. Aldershot pumping up in the air. There's that win, just holding the ball up again. Great header by Thomas to get the ball forward, and Kent Richardson puts the ball out. 1 minute remains of the time added on at least as Claridge plays it across. Now Tetek in midfield just turns under pressure. Claridge, there's men on the edge of the box. He threads it through. It's a good run there from Gandor. Puts it across. Gateshead have to hook it clear in the 6-yard box. Not fully clear yet in the boxes. Appeals for handball as James wins a corner. And at the moment, Gateshead just having to ride this wave of pressure. 30 seconds remain of the time added on. Do Aldershot have that final chance in them? James Henry takes he's standing ready to take the corner. It's going to be a short run up. Steps forward, whips it in. It's headed clear though by Ferguson and runs out. It comes back to James. puts the ball in, comes off Ferguson's head again, and that is going to go out for another corner. Good pressure from the visitors. James with the corner. This one's a bit more deeper. There's the headed off the line by Ferguson again, and the Gateshead still not got this ball. Comes back into the box, headed clear, and there's the winner. Oh, it hasn't been given. There's been a foul. It hasn't been given, and Aldershot fouled in the process. Gandor thought he had won it, but there was a foul on. I think it's on Callum Johnson. Well, I must admit this commentator did not see the foul. Thankful for it in a Gator perspective, but they want the physios on for Thomas, I think it is, on the far side. There it is. And, Gator can breathe a sigh of relief on that one. And both sides so far this afternoon will feel like they should have won this one. They've both been in front. And it's definitely a point gained. But there will be that little part of each side that thinks maybe should have been 3. But the grand scheme of things, can't be too unhappy with a point. Well, I'm still waiting for Thomas to get the treatment here. I think there might be a cut to the face by the looks of it. I just making sure they've stopping, if there is any bleeding, they're putting cotton buds to his face. Well, Gary Basildon has put many thanks for the fabulous coverage. It's much valued. Thank you very much for joining us. We thank you more for joining us. And please join us on Wednesday if you're unable to make it to Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead versus Altrincham. 7:45 kickoff. We'll be starting at 7:30 with the build-up and, of course, live and exclusive on DAZN. Well, Thomas has to go off here. Surmise we could have at least a minute here for stoppages for the couple of injuries that we've had in this stoppage time. We're into the 8th minute of it, but I wouldn't be shocked if there is another 50 seconds to go, as the free kick is being taken about 15 yards from where the incident happened. Fourth official being told by Tommy Woodrington as we wait for Brooks to take this kick. Up it goes towards Bowen, but headed clear. Ferguson loses out in the aerial battle there, though, with Taylor. And now Gandor brings the ball forward. Cuts inside, plays a crossfield ball. Great vision from Gandor. Ball brought down, played to James, who thought he was offside there. And the ball, he's ran it out of play. And there's the full-time whistle. It ends 3-3 here. A bit of a thriller, as you'd say. But Gateshead, a point picked up, and there's lots of contentious talking points today, lots of shirt pulls, lots of decisions questioned, but at the end of the day, both sides had their opportunities to win it. They both went in front. Gateshead going in front twice, but just couldn't hold on to it. But a fair result, I think, at the end of the day. A point shared is not too bad. But Gateshead will dust themselves down and go again on Wednesday here at Gateshead International Stadium. A special mention to some of the Aldershot players who have caught the eye here today. The back pairing of Nightingale and Claridge were fantastic. And there's a little bit of afters going on here off the ball after the full-time whistle, should I say. But nothing too serious. But as I say, there's some fantastic players in that Aldershot side, and I'm sure they will be very competitive this season. But a big thank you for joining us live on DAZN, and we'd love to have you join us again, and of course on the Heed Army podcast as well. Join us Thursday at 8 p.m. We'll be talking about this one, and it should be hopefully another classic on Wednesday. Thank you for your company, and we'll see you next time as the players leave the pitch. It's Gateshead 3, Aldershot 3.
Hard Spartans and their 19s on the 4-2 pitches behind the stadium, which will third kick-off in surprisingly Division H of the National League of the 19s Alliance. Thank you for your attendance today. We look forward to welcoming you again soon to the GIS. Safe journeys home, everyone, and look after each other.